All right, welcome to yet another show of DYR podcast show. So today we are gonna discuss a weekly roll-up. This is a weekly roll-up show where we just discuss the happenings that have been happening in the Web3 space and the trending news. So today I'll host the show with Emmanuel. He'll introduce himself shortly. Then we check what has been happening in the Web3 space.
So, hello everyone. My name is Emmanuel Muguna. Currently, I'm the community moderator at Cryptocurrency Academy and a community manager at Pepperlyl NFT Marketplace and Metaverse. And we are here to discuss the weekly roll-up with my partner Hazard, and we are humbly and ready to take you through with the top happenings. And we will be starting up ASAP with the first topic of our day.
Yeah.
I'll be handing it over to you.
Yeah, so Hong Kong monetary policy calls out for banks to support crypto business. What's all this about?
Okay, now with this, everyone is out here talking about the crypto regulations, where we are seeing the governments are trying to foster in laws that are going to regulate this crypto space, where we have to need the laws where to the laws have to be formulated for everyone to be in place in a secure environment, because the investors are out here and many people are losing money because, for one, if you're investing and you do not know what you're investing in, for example, in a metaverse project or in a crypto project, and you're not having the whitelist, of the various tokenomics about the project, various aspects of how do they come to generate their input and their output, what community are they trying to come up with, what of the product are they coming up with. So with such facts about a project, this is something that you need to look out for, because with these Hong Kong regulators remind that let's say if you're starting up, because this tech space, let's say the metaverse, is something that is coming up to easen up the workspace. Let's say that you can work from home, it can be remotely, and you can be having your space in the metaverse, because there's no need of you appearing in person in office. So let's say that you can be in a space where you can present yourself in a unique area, the metaverse, and this space is not regulated. Let's say you can have some various scammers in your project and you do not know. So if you have the KYC verification back and various documents that you do present for your KYC verification, so such documents can be used to having fraud stuff, because these people are here to works in the back end, because they are scammers, So with these regulators, you need some space that is way secure for everyone to be accommodated, for one, because if you're trying to invest, you need a secure environment. So with the Hong Kong regulators remaining that the local banks have to accept these crypto farms, because, one, the tech world is changing, and with these tokenomics that are coming up, or these projects that are coming up, you need to know the tokenomics that are coming up with, because, for one, if you don't know, you invest in projects that are not in the framework that is conducive for everyone.
Yeah,
So without sorry, yeah.
yeah, I've also seen the deputy chief executive of the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, Arthur Yuan. So he wrote in a columnist that there is no legal and regulatory requirements prohibiting banks in Hong Kong for providing banking services to virtual assets related entities. So Hong Kong is reminding banks that they can provide services to virtual assets companies amid complaints about the difficulty of opening bank accounts in the jurisdiction. So does this mean that probably Hong Kong is kind of embracing crypto, the banking industry? We'll find out.
Yeah. I can say it's kind of embracing it because at first in back in 2021 they were fostering laws that would ban the use of crypto.
Yeah.
That was back in 2021, but now they are trying to recover the notion where they were trying to show the public that crypto was way over bubble where it can burst at any time. So when you put your money in and it is not well secure because there was no legal framework that would be used to say that you are identifying yourself with a certain node, let's say of a project, and it is not well regulated. The government had no regulation over these crypto projects, but now they're trying to chip in with the various facts of, let's say, the CBDCs. But we are not here for the CBDCs. That's just an example of the various blockchain projects that the governments are trying to come up with, and to show that the regulation is part of what they are trying to foster in for now, because the tech world is changing very rapidly.
Okay, so we can say Hong Kong is a bit friendly to crypto. So let's move on to the next news. But before I move on to that, remember to do your own research, and if you want a more friendlier place to invest your crypto assets and your banks, you can probably move to Hong Kong because they seem to be friendly. So the next one is yuan.
The Chinese yuan,
Yeah. The yuan overtakes the dollar and becomes the most transacted note in China's cross-border trades. Amazing. So
yeah.
I don't know how this impacts probably crypto world.
Okay, now this can impact the crypto world because in the back days, the tradition of financial systems, where we used to settle our trades with the US dollar, because it was the major currency that was being used to settle of your trades within your jurisdiction, because within your jurisdiction, you're using your normal rate at your normal currency. But outside your borders, you are supposed to use the US dollar. Now, for the Chinese yuan being the most used and the most traded currency, now that shows the shift in the pendulum, because uh, Beijing is now setting up the international trade operations using the Chinese yuan, because according to the official numbers, the administration of the foreign exchange, the number of the institution in charge of the managing the China's international reserve, is stating that we are having a rise of 48.4%, because now for China settling their trades with the Chinese yuan, now that states that we have more of the yuan outside their reserve. And when you are settling the trade using your own currency outside the jurisdiction, now it shows that you're gaining more recognition in the international markets. So with the dominance of the US dollar coming to a close, because many countries are trying to see if they can chip off the US dollar, because now the inflation in prices, we are seeing the inflation because now you have a lot in production of the US dollar because of the Ukraine and the Russian war. So the US are trying to pump out a lot. With this pumping out a lot, now the countries are seeing, why shouldn't we go back to our normal rates or our normal currency and settle our trades using our normal currency? So if we're having countries chipping and staying away from the US dollar, now what does that tell you? Once we have this recession, which we are about to witness, and it is coming up, and we can see of the markings, because we cannot say that the recession is not here. It is here, and we can see it is already acting up in our pockets. So China using their own currency to settle for the trades. Now that's a big blow to the US dollar. And that's a gain for the crypto market because people are now seeing that if you use a stable, let's say a stable coin, like the USDT or the USDC, you see,
Mhm.
now that's something that can be something that you can use to say that you are having a stable asset because it's not being juggled up by the various volatilities in the markets. Let's see the Fed reports, you know. So for the Fed reports, let's say today we have the CPI. The CPI is the Consumer Price Index report, where if we have the upper basis points, an increase in the basis points, now that shows that we're going to be having a bullish dollar. That's according to my own analysis, but I ain't framing it that's how it should be. This is not a financial advice to everyone, but that's how I always stipulate it to be. But if we have the currencies being manipulated by the Fed reports, now people are now running to the stable coins, the USDTs or the USDCs or the BNB for the Binance stable coin. That's a big bonus to the crypto world. That's from my own understanding of the topic of the news report that you're saying that the Chinese is trying to embrace this usage of the yuan, and they're trying to have the digital yuan.
Mhm.
We have reports of the digital yuan. So having reports of the digital yuan, so this is something that the CBDCs or the blockchain, we're saying that they're embracing the blockchain, but if you're crypto or the Bitcoin maxi, you don't own the CBDC.
Okay. So
Yeah, yeah, you
uh,
don't own the
I'll
CBDC. You
pose
know
this
what the CBDC
to
does.
the audience. What do you think about the growth of the usage of the Chinese yuan? You can tell us about that probably in our Twitter page. But the official Twitter page of DYOR is at DYOR_show. You can comment about what you think about the growth of the Chinese yuan in relation to probably Bitcoin or crypto. And you can do more of your research. By the way, this report is from Bitcoin.com. Let's move on to the next happening of this week in the crypto space, in the crypto world. Yeah, so the next one is Binance. Wow, Binance to begin operations in Japan. Oh my god. So Binance aims to begin operations in Japan under the company's name Binance Japan. I'm amazed
Yeah,
by this. So yeah, so now Japanese are able to operate Binance. What about this? This is a very huge news by the way in Binance and the world. Can you talk a little bit about this?
yeah, sure. Okay, now we can see that Binance, which is the largest exchange in the cryptocurrency market, with the largest market cap, because we had the FTX, which crashed in the early 2022, early months of 2022, or you can say the mid month or the mid year of May, June, July, if I'm not wrong. So, with that being an aspect that we have only one stable, or you can say quote unquote a stable centralized exchange. Don't misquote me, don't misquote me, but I'm saying a stable one because it has the largest market cap, and we often have people transacting, be it on the P2P markets, where we can have the normal conversions of your local currency, or you can have
Can I interrupt you a
the
bit? And also in
yeah,
that note, they have the SAFU secure
uh-huh.
funds for users. So yeah, so that's one of the reasons that Binance is also very huge because they have secure assets fund for users. So there is like a reserved asset funds for users in case of an emergency where the users that deposited their money can just withdraw without panic. Please proceed.
Yeah, and recently we had that the CEO he proposed a Demarco tree. So what Demarco
Mm-hmm.
tree does. The macro tree shows the proof of reserve, where if you have this proof of reserve of your own capital, let's say the assets that you have in your own exchange, you can prove and show the public that you have the liquidity. So that was one of the proposals that show that Binance was up to show that yes, you have the liquidity and you have to trust us because we have these assets that you're trying to trade with. So with that, many exchanges had to show to the public of their results. We had the examples of Kraken, Gemini, we had Huobi, we had Binance as well, because when we had the Binance US, many of the people in the US were not able to use the Binance US. But with that being said, I cannot confirm of that, but I've heard they have been given the let's say the go on of having the license to go back into the trading arena in the US, because if you have people using crypto space in the US, they were coming to a halt because the DOJ, the Department of Justice, they needed something to prove that okay, Binance was trading in the arena, that they were legally binded. But with that, I cannot confirm though. I cannot
Yeah,
confirm.
none of this is a financial advice. It's based
Yeah,
on
this is
our
not a
own
financial
research.
advice to anyone.
And on that note, Binance, by the way, has a very high regulatory bar for crypto exchanges, and it requires segregation of customers and exchange assets. So most exchange assets, Japan, it requires that are kept in cold wallets for customers fiat. And now, yeah, so the crypto are kept in cold wallets and the customers fiat to be kept by a Japanese trust company or a bank trust. So the Japanese financial authorities have previously issued a warning that Binance was operating in the country without permission, but now they have finally acquired permission. And on that note, last year in November, Binance acquired Sakura Exchange Bitcoin, and now, yeah, Binance acquired it, and then they announced what we are talking about right now. They will launch somewhere in June this year, 2023. So I think that's an amazing step for Binance and even the Japanese crypto lovers. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, true. For the crypto market, if you can say fundamentally, if you're a fundamental analyst in the crypto space, you can say that. I'm not saying it as a financial advice to anyone. Don't misquote me if you're listening out. Don't misquote me, because if you're looking at this fundamentally, while you're approaching the launching of the Binance Japan, Binance has a stable coin, So if you are prospecting for the increase, or you can have the pump and dump, but I'm not saying as a financial advice. You can stipulate and check out the technical and the fundamental analysis of your charts. Play the market according to the what you see, not what you hear. Let the markets show you of the opportunities, not the daily hearings of the crypto market and how people are stipulating the markets will go. So if you have everything at place and you need to place your trade, that's good for you. But this is not a financial advice to anyone.
Yeah, that one was courtesy of CoinDesk. You can go to the CoinDesk website and do more research on that. Let's move on to the next one. Meme coins. I love meme coins. They were the gateway of me getting into crypto. Yeah, so meme coin scams. A total of 114 scams, meme coin scams have been detected with links to a single wallet address. Oh my god. So you mean, wow. So a single wallet address has been detected to be linked to all these scams. 114 scams. You need
Yeah.
to you need to see, do your research. You need to learn how to check out for these scams. Let's talk about this anyways. What is this about this wallet address being linked to all these 114 scams.
Yeah, you can see with the hype around the startups.
Mm-hmm.
Every bear season you got startups that are trying to come into the market because once you have the bull run, everything starts at a low level and you're always appreciating profits upon the bull run. So with this hype around the crypto space, many people are trying to chip in and have the big bags. Let's say you have some cash with you and you're trying to invest and hold it up as a hodl. You're holding up as a hodl for a long time. So people are taking advantage. Let's say you got an NFT, the non-fungible token. You can have this meme coin as an NFT, or the let's say you buying it. We have the Binance Smart Chain, which is very, very responsive with various startups. For one, so the Binance Smart Chain is something that you can use to start up a project because it is user friendly.
Mm-hmm.
It is user friendly and it requires only less fees, unlike the let's say the OpenSea, where you have a high gas fees for the Ethereum. Let's say if you're trying to do the NFT startups, the non-fungible token NFT startups. So with these reports of 140 meme coin scams linked to a single
Yeah,
wallet.
and on that, according to research by a well-known
Whoa.
detective, Zach XBT is the one who kind of discovered this guy. So the
Yeah,
wallet address, you'll check it out on crypto.ro. He posted the wallet address. This wallet address has been linked to 114 meme coin scams in just 45 days. So this
imagine.
guy,
Yeah,
I think he's probably rich somewhere.
yeah.
So
These are guy who was sitting around
yeah,
minting out projects every second.
and yeah, so the Twitter thread by Zach XBT on April 26 explains how he followed the funds from each scam, which consistently led to the same deposit address. So you can check it out some other time. You can check out. You can use Etherscan. You can use the various scans for various projects. But I guess he was doing it on EVM, so you can just use Etherscan, and also that's the beauty of blockchain. Everything is transparent, and anyone can audit. If it was probably in a centralized authority, we would have probably never known anything of that sort. But look at blockchain. You can be your own detective and sit down and detect someone who is a bad actor in the crypto space. Yeah.
yeah, true. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, with that said, if you can authenticate of a good project and a project that you cannot see of the light, some people say we cannot see light on the other side of the tunnel. That's something it's a dead end. But for the meme coins, they're always hyped because meme coins are something that it's like a bubble. So you hyping it because of the usage of a meme. It's often created out of the
let,
hypeness.
let's check
So,
out
yeah,
the other happenings, then we come back to this one. I think this is the biggest news of this week. It's really interesting. What do you think
yeah,
about
sure.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so there is
true.
also Circle. Circle is the company that responsible for USDC. Everyone in the crypto space knows Circle. Yeah, so what has Circle done? Circle USDC issuer launches the cross-chain transfer protocol that would be more secure and scalable. Fascinating.
Yeah. Of the traditional way of you transact your money in the blockchain, you had
Mm-hmm.
to have a third party.
Yeah.
Who would, yeah, you have a third party. Let's say like the centralized exchanges.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you had the P2P, we had an escrow which would hold up the assets. Then, after upon upon confirming the transaction, the escrow release the assets to the receiver, you know. So what Circle has done, you have the cross-chain transfer protocol, where the sender address burns the tokens and the receiver address mints the tokens.
Wow.
So with that being said, if you have the burning and the minting, we have the scalability.
True. Yeah, so what
Yep.
CCTP does, it's just a highly secure and capital efficient way for USDC transfers in an increasingly multi-chain environment.
Yeah. So with that said, because if you have the burning, let's say the example of the Shiba Inu, you have Shiba Inu has the burning where it
Mechanism.
burns the tokens, then to increase the scalability. With the scalability, we appreciate in the price and the value of the asset, you know. So with the cross-chain transfer protocol under the USDC, this is something that would show it will be incorporated with the daily usage, the daily, let's say the customer wallets, the examples of MetaMask, you know. So if you have the MetaMask having the CCTP of the Circle USDC, it would show that if you have the sender burning the token, then the receiver address minting the token, and you have the incorporation of various blockchain networks, the
Yes.
examples of Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the Polygon network.
Is it
So
like the burn and mint process results in USDC kind of teleporting from one blockchain to another by probably eliminating the complications and risks of traditional lock and mint approaches. So, for instance, if you're sending for me USDC from ETH to Avalanche, it will kind of teleport by burning in the ETH protocol and then teleporting to my Avalanche network, like now reminting the same value. Is that what CCTP is trying to achieve? I mean, has
yeah,
achieved.
yeah, I would say of that, because if we can have various blockchain incorporated into this cross-chain uh, protocol, the transfer protocol, that shows we can interlink these blockchain, because if we can have
Interoperability.
it, yeah, because we're not having the third party case.
Yeah, the traditional lock and mint approaches, which are too tedious and also kind of expensive sometimes.
Yeah, true. It will lower the cost, and it will increase of the security and the scalability.
So yeah, some of the bridges that are already live on mainnet on the CCTP cross-chain transfer protocol are multi-chain, Seller, Layer 0, MetaMask, Hyperlane, Router, Socket, Rarimo, Wormhole, OneChain. Yeah, there are so many. So you can check out more of this on cryptopotato.com and read more on this. This is a really amazing innovation. I'm sold. So I'll also check it out more. Let's move on to probably the other one, then we come back to the scam. I like scams, like, not that I like scams, but I like it when scammers are detected, the bad actors. Yeah, another
Yeah.
one from Binance, I guess. Binance partners with unstoppable domains. Oh my god. To have for the use of blockchain encrypted domain names instead of the long alphanumerical blockchain addresses. So just on this, fun fact, last year I attended a meetup of unstoppable domains, and they were giving out these domains for free. I wish I took them. I thought they were just any other startup that is just coming up. I didn't know it's going to be huge. This is huge news for early adopters of unstoppable domain holders, partnering with the largest exchange on earth. Let me say on earth. Can you talk a bit about this partnership? And before you do that, what we mean by the use of encrypted domain names instead of the long alphanumerical blockchain addresses. Sometime back, it Vitalik and the contributors, they created something called ENS. So what ENS is Ethereum name service. So instead of sending for me your long wallet address, the OX up to I don't know 28, you just send me a very short name ENS that kind of represent your address. For instance, I'll use Vitalik's. Let me use mine so that maybe the listeners can give can send me something. Mine is
Yeah. Try
Hazard
your luck.
Crypto. Yeah. let me
Try your
use
luck.
mine. For instance, mine is hazardcrypto.eth. Hazard crypto with a K.eth. So if Emmanuel wants to send me probably 0.5 ETH, instead of asking me for my wallet address, he can just go to my Twitter because it's also my username. Check it out. Just type it on the send place hazardcrypto.eth, input 0.5 ETH and send. So that's just a short thing of what domains do in the world of crypto. There's so much that we'll talk about in another episode. Yeah, so please talk about this partnership of Binance and Unstoppable Domains.
Yeah. Now, without being said, thank you so much. Yeah. With that being said, is that the Binance US, we all know Binance US, where people
Oh,
are,
it's Binance US.
yeah, Binance
Okay.
US, because, yeah, Binance US is the other arm of the main company, the Binance company, but with the wing of the US. So this partnership aims to make it easier for the Binance US users to manage their crypto assets by allowing them to send and withdraw their cryptocurrencies by using their unstoppable domain. So this means that the users can now have a unique and human readable domain name instead of the long alphanumeric address, where they can use it to receive their crypto assets or send or even withdraw their crypto assets, where you can use these readable domain names and paste it on the address where you have to use your
Your wallet
alphanumeric,
address.
the alphanumeric numbers. You can use it, and you can use the domain names, and you can have a withdrawal. But this is a big move because, like you said, unstoppable domains are here to stay because they are making it easier for everyone to have to either send, receive, or even withdraw their assets.
Yeah, and
So,
they
uh,
sorry, they Unstoppable Domains are also minted on the Polygon Labs blockchain. So this means they are cheaper than is Ethereum layer 1 or layer 0? They're cheaper than ETH because Polygon is really cheap. Yeah, so they make it
yeah, I
more
would say
affordable for
Polygon is
everyone.
like a layer one of the Earth because Earth is
Mm-hmm.
layer zero.
Oh, ETH
Yeah.
is okay. So what I was trying to insinuate is that since Unstoppable Domains minted on Polygon, it will be cheap for the lucky US residents. But I think they will probably roll it out to the entire world, so it won't be expensive to own Unstoppable Domain. That's just my speculation. All right.
Yeah.
So I think, do you want to add more information on this?
Yeah, I would say because we have to make it clear to everyone because it's only for the Binance US
Yes,
users.
Binance US users. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
there's
only
a
for the
scammer
Binance
right
US
now
users.
working hard to deceive the rest of the Binance users. So stay alert. It's just for the Binance US user.
Yeah,
Do your research. That yeah. Thank you for kind of just making sure that we hear it's just for Binance US users as at now. You can check this
yeah,
out at Binance.com feeds. just the Binance website. You can read more on this. Let's go back to the main, the most interesting one, the scammy dude who scammed 114 scams using just one wallet, and then
Yes.
we we go for the weekend.
Yeah, what I would say about, because the hype, let's say of the hype, because we had the examples of the lunar crash. Man, we've been through a lot,
Yeah, crypto is
we've been
wild
through a
all over
lot.
the place.
We have the lunar crash, we have the FTX, yeah, we had the
Mount
Mount
Gox,
Gox,
yeah, Mount Gox. When I didn't
we had
even
the
know
Mount Gox.
something called crypto, I was still an amateur somewhere in the world. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
There
we
have
had
been
the
so
Mount
many.
Gox.
Which
So
one?
all
Yeah.
these, what I would say about these crypto startups, or
Mm-hmm.
these the hype around them. They use various channels. You can use the social media. You can use the uh let's say the socialites. You can use them. You can use
Yeah, the
various brands to
influencers.
advertise. Yeah, the influencers. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the acronym where you can use these people to hype a project. So
Yes.
with this, let's say if you're trying to invest in any project, what I would say, do your own research, because DIY is something that we always picture to everyone, because if you come into this space, you don't know what you're trying to invest in.
Mm-hmm.
You can be easily blown away with the ideas of various projects and how the returns are very, very lucrative, for one. If they're very lucrative, we can see of high returns within a short time of short period of time. Because if you can have a project giving you a APR of around 14% annually, oh okay, or even 1,000. So if you don't know the economics of these projects, that's one thing you cannot indulge yourself in, because of one, you have to read of the whitelist, know of the economics, know of how they are
We
coming
should
to
probably do a show on
generate.
that.
Yeah,
What do you think?
pardon?
I'm saying we should probably do a show on tokenomics just to talk
Yeah,
about
sure.
all this. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's I'm very, very available on that, because you need to pitch and advertise. Okay, advise. Sorry, you need to advise the community of how they need to go about when they are trying to invest into these crypto spaces, because let's say the hype around them and they don't know how they can maneuver themselves of getting the real facts behind any project. So if we can have a show on that, that's a bonus for us.
yeah, that's in the pipeline. So just like to coin this, as meme coin scams continue to surge, the cryptocurrency community must remain vigilant and exercise caution when considering investments in these tokens. They're very lucrative, by the way. I remember when I got into crypto, I didn't know anything. So you just get into a meme coin with $20. The next day when you wake up, it's $500. So you're so excited, you don't know what to do. You think you're going to be a millionaire. You pump in more money. You haven't done research properly. Sometimes the coin is a honeypot. We'll talk about what all these are. So you pump more money and you keep seeing your money is pumping, and then suddenly it goes, you're rug pulled. Rug pulling means all the money is lost, or you're unable to change it back to the native token and such. Yeah, so just be vigilant, my crypto community. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because for one, if you're doing your own research,
mm-hmm,
for one, you need to know of these various aspects behind the building of this project that you're trying to indulge yourself in, because this is your hard-earned money, for one. Yeah, if this is your hard-earned money, you need security for it. If you have security for it, because once you hear of the prices tanking, you do something. How did you come along, on how did you even decide to invest in such a project if you don't know of how do generate their, let's say they generate their wealth, how they could reward their users, you see, of what is their roadmap.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah,
know, various projects have their roadmap,
roadmaps are
and
important.
yeah, roadmaps are this is something that can tell you of at a certain milestone you have to achieve this at a certain level of this startup, and with that I need to either chip in earlier so that I can have the rewards of this project at this juncture. You know, I as the early adopter, you see.
Cool.
So these, yeah, because these projects, for one, if you want to get rich real fast and get money real fast, start up with let's start up with a startup that is well organized. Let's say if you had the BNB when it was trading at $20, you know,
Yeah, so
back in with this startup Binance, you remember?
I didn't know crypto, but I just knew crypto a few, probably 1.5 years, 2021, mid 2021. So I'm also new, but I've really invested my time on doing a lot of research. So on that, I think we need to wind up the show. Thank you so much for making time to come and talk to the community about what has happened this week. So up until next week, we will talk more. So just a recap of what happened this week. Hong Kong monetary policy, Hong Kong monetary calls out for banks to support crypto business. Yuan overtakes the dollar and becomes most transacted in not in China's cross-border trades. Binance, this is amazing. Binance begins to operate in Japan under the company's name. Meme coin scams. Total of 114 scams related or rather detected with links to a single wallet address. Circles USDC issuers launches the cross-chain transfer, a really amazing thing. And finally, Binance partners with Unstoppable Domains. So where can we find you on social media?
Yeah,
And
I'm at Emmanuel Maguna, Emmanuel underscore Maguna.
mhm,
With these small letters, all small letters, Emmanuel underscore Maguna. You'll find me.
right.
Or even if you can find me under Medium, I'm also on Medium. I'm also on Instagram under Emmanuel Maguna or under Incognito Guru.
All right.
Yeah, those
I'll
are my
tag
various.
all your social medias. You just DM me them, then I'll put them in the show's description.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
so for me, I'm at hazardcrypto.eth on Twitter, and the show is at DYUR_show. Also check out the YouTube channel if you want the raw effects of the show at Hazard Cryptos. Yeah, so it's goodbye from me, and see you in the next one. Remember to do
Yeah,
your
sure.
own research.
DIY is everything that you always reach out to everyone.
All right,
Yeah.
cheers, man. See you.
Cheers. Cheers. Have a good night, everyone. It's been your boy, Emmanuel. Sure.
Cool.
Cool, man.